Welcome to BBC London this lunchtime. I'm Victoria Cook. Doctors and health workers are cycling 250 kilometres around London to support the expansion of the ultra-low emission zone and to urge action on air pollution. The scheme will cover all London boroughs by the end of August, and drivers will be charged £12.50 a day if their vehicles don't meet the standards. The expansion is being challenged in court by 5 councils, but other London authorities have backed the move. Tom Edwards reports.
OK, we'll see you in Kingston.
Cycling the edge of the proposed new ultra-low emission zone, these are medical professionals trying to highlight the benefits of the expanded pollution charging zone. This morning they were near Orpington in south-east London.
Well, it's hugely important because we've seen that the ULEZ that's currently in place has hugely benefited health, and this new boundary will quadruple the size of London that's living in clean air.
I think ULEZ is incredibly important to kind of improve air quality, not just for adults and children, but expecting mums, babies, for everyone completely across the capital.
I think the real question we should ask is how important air pollution is as far as health impacts, and then what impact will the ULEZ have on air pollution. It's a small step in the right direction, but it's a really important step.
The ultra-low emission zone is due to expand to cover the whole of London in August, but it is facing a legal challenge from 5 councils. TfL modelling says it will improve pollution. Broadly, drivers of petrol vehicles over 16 years old or diesels over 6 will have to pay £12.50 a day to drive in the capital. Opponents, though, say it will cost drivers too much and has been introduced too quickly.
While pollution has an impact on health, so too does loneliness, so too does poverty. Our concern is, I speak to a lot of older people in outer London. They have an older car, they're retired, they don't really have the money to replace it. That older car is not used frequently, but it is a lifeline for them for social contact, going to meet friends and so on. I really worry about the impact on people like that who will just end up feeling cut off.
These riders will finish today. The ULEZ hearing is due in court in July. Tom Edwards, BBC London.
Campaigners are calling for the Brixton Academy to be saved from permanent closure. There are concerns over the impact its closure could have on the local economy. It's been shut since December when 2 people were killed in a crush outside the venue. The Metropolitan Police have called for the venue's licence to be revoked. Noura Fakim reports.
Deserted and disused, the iconic O2 Academy Brixton has been closed since the fatal tragedy in December, which cost the lives of 2 people. Following the building's closure, there have been calls to support the reopening of the venue.
We're encouraging music fans to step up, make a representation to Lambeth Council through our email system to ensure that people understand that this venue needs to remain as it is, as an important performance space, not only for London but across the UK, and the vitally important part it plays in terms of supporting the local economy.
I'm just coming here because it's local. It's, like I say, it affects the economy. It's very local to many people that live in the area. We've got very good transport links.
The Metropolitan Police has called for the venue's licence to be permanently revoked. But for some, this would be a huge loss to the cultural arts scene.
What we're seeing is a huge amount of venues being lost at the moment across the whole country. And the big fear is if we keep letting these licensed spaces go, it's just going to push the scene further underground where there's not the same level of regulation or safety.
Gianluca Rizzo, who manages Brixton Bid, says whilst the venue remains closed, nearby businesses are being affected.
We understand that the local economy here in Brixton is worth £2 billion a year. 40% of that spend happens after 6 p.m. So by proportion is the largest nighttime economy in the UK, with the Brixton Academy being the key driver of footfall and spend for the area.
The Academy Music Group, which runs the venue, previously said it had made detailed proposals that will enable the site to reopen safely. In a statement, Lambeth Council said they're looking at applications regarding its licence, and a date for a decision will be confirmed in the future. In the meantime, those who support the Academy hope it can reopen soon so that it can once again be one of the most celebrated venues in town. Noura Fakim, BBC London, Brixton.
Two mothers from London have renewed their calls for a government allergy czar following their daughters' deaths from severe allergic reactions. In a letter to the Health Secretary, Tanya Ednan-Laperouse and Emma Toure said the deaths were entirely preventable and they want to make sure that similar tragedies never happen again. MPs are set to debate this issue later today. A sinkhole has emerged in Little Missenden in Buckinghamshire. It's thought to be the result of nearby HS2 tunnelling. HS2 Limited confirmed they had sealed off the area and are investigating the cause. They added that there was no risk to the public. Wandsworth Bridge is to close to vehicles for 10 weeks for repairs. It starts on the 24th of July. Cyclists will be able to use the bridge, but the council say they will have to dismount. The work on the bridge is needed, it says, to replace weight-bearing parts. Researchers at the University of Reading are developing a new type of healthier white bread, packed with extra fibre and protein. 9 out of 10 loaves sold in the UK are white, and the university is working out how to replace some of the flour in them with ground down broad beans. Here's Patrick O'Hagan to explain.
There's brown bread, white bread, all sorts of wholemeal bread. It comes in funny packages with writing on the side, but it doesn't.
We just love our bread here in Britain. Always have. We buy nearly 11 million loaves every single day. That's more than 4 billion a year.
Oh no, it all goes with toast.
96% of our population buy bread every week, and 90% of this is white.
The nation's favourite doesn't have as much goodness in it as it could do, though. Deep in the science labs at the University of Reading, they're working on a new, healthier version, replacing some of the flour with ground down fava beans. That's broad beans to you and me.
What we're trying to do is to present to the consumer a white bread that's very similar, if not identical, to what they're used to. So we're not necessarily going to change the loaf. We want it to taste, look the same, but it will obviously be more nutrient dense. So they'll be consuming something they have every day, but it will have more fibre, more protein and more micronutrients in it and be better for them and the environment.
Julie's colleague Paolo is trying to perfect the perfect white, albeit broad bean, loaf of bread.
This is wheat, 100% wheat, and this is 15% fava bean.
The bread's slightly more moist than normal bread, I would say. Not as dry as normal bread, but it does taste pretty much the same as any old loaf of bread, I say. Nice.
I suppose it's health by stealth, perhaps, is a way of saying it. So it's a way of incorporating the beans in the bread, as I said, so they're not obviously in there, but will benefit that population, as well as trying to encourage them to have beans and pulses in other ways.
Yeah, but I don't half like toast.
It's made me hungry for lunch. Time for a look now at the weather with Kate Kinsella.
Good afternoon. It's not feeling quite as warm as yesterday, but we still have some sunshine. Just a veil of high cloud turning that sunshine hazy a little earlier. Now, we had a cold front overnight, brought the cloud and the remnants of it this morning, some rain, but it cleared away south and eastwards. You can see the northerly breeze. It's noticeable and it's a chilly one, but some sunny spells this afternoon. That breeze potentially blowing through 1 or 2 showers. Temperatures just 15 Celsius, so not feeling especially warm. Now, overnight tonight, any remaining showers will clear. It's dry, the minimum temperature low single figures, so a chilly night, 4 Celsius the minimum, but a bright start tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine around, should be largely dry. A bit more cloud bubbling up through the middle part of the day, and we can't rule out 1 or 2 light showers. Temperatures tomorrow a degree or 2 warmer at 17 Celsius. Now, high pressure stays with us as we head into Wednesday, so similar conditions. It's dry, it's fine. We've got some sunny spells around. As we head through Thursday, again, dry and fine, high pressure remains. Friday, a weak cold front moves through, bringing potentially 1 or 2 light showers, but other than that, it stays dry. Temperatures similar in the mid to high teens Celsius.
That's all from us here on the Lunchtime team. Victoria Hollins will be here with BBC London at 6:30, so I hope you can join her then. But from us here, goodbye.